and the other was named Eliezer, for he said, my
What's up,
father's dog
family?
was my helper.
Let me
He
pause this.
saved.
I don't know if you guys can hear me over that or not, but just wanted to share with you guys my morning routine a little bit. All right, so up early looking at the market. Let me show you guys my messy desk. So looking at the market, what you guys heard was this right here. The got my audiobook playing. So listening to just the Bible audiobook. And market opens at 9:30. It's 9:07 Eastern Standard Time. And just looking at the market a little bit. But what I want to talk to you about is this. So, of course, we know December is notoriously the holiday season. It's the Christmas season. All right. Do you know of at least one family that's in need this holiday season? Something that I never did before was a giveaway. So, with 8 years of being on YouTube and 11 years in entrepreneurship, I never did a giveaway, and just for clarity, this is not a handout. We don't believe in handouts, just hands up. So, what we're gonna do is a giveaway. I want to give three families $500 a piece, so it'll be a total of a $1,500 giveaway. However, there are going to be rules in place as well, just to make sure that everything's fair, right? It's not going to be just you know how some giveaways, or at least people I know of that said that some people do giveaways and the giveaways are rigged. They're not going to be rigged. We're going to do it in a transparent way where the winner is not already pre-selected, or JT just pick his friends or buddies. So I actually got some rules and stuff together for the giveaway, and I want to go over them with you guys real quick. And if you guys want to nominate a family, or if your family wants to do it, you could definitely do it. So let me pull this up real quick. So you guys already know three families. They're going to receive $500 each. So now let's go into like how to enter. So the how to enter instructions, you gotta be an active member in our community. You guys know I've been talking about the community like every day. The link to the community is already down in the description below as well. In that community, we talk about making money with AI. I show the back end of how we run our businesses, and it's just a private community separate and apart from social media, where we talk about real business and getting it done. All right. So after they're a part of the community, because we're going to only make it available for community members, and if you are in the community and the family is not in the community, you can still nominate them. So if they don't want to join the community, at least the person that's nominating them has to be in the community. Does that make sense? So if they're not in it, then you can be in it and nominate them from within the community. All right. So they're going to create a family dance video to our song Groovin Around the Christmas Tree. You guys know we've been big on AI music. So I have an AI album, an entire album out called A Down South Country Christmas. And track 11 is called Grooving Around the Christmas Tree. So they're going to make a dance video as a family to Grooving Around the Christmas Tree. What I'm going to do now is play the song, and then we'll continue with the other instructions. And if you guys got questions, drop your questions. I'm probably going to answer them as I go through the rest of the requirements. But I'm going to just play it for you guys as well. All right. Oh, and if you guys wondering why I'm bouncing around, I don't know if I showed this part. So on my walking treadmill this morning as well. So just my goal is like at least 20,000 steps a day, amongst other little things that we're doing, drinking enough water, all of this stuff. I'm not doing anything crazy, but just trying to like consistently build habits. So as I'm doing business, instead of just sitting down in the chair all day, right? I come in the office, I cut the heat on, which is why my coat and my hat still on, because the air was off here all last night. But until it warms up, right, I'm just in the office, just getting some steps in. But let's play this song, and then we'll continue with the other requirements in case you guys want to enter. All right. Now y'all know when the food done settle, and Uncle Earl done had his second plate. Somebody gonna turn on that music, and we all gonna start grooving around that Christmas tree. Come on! Morning, everybody here.
Lights twinkling bright in the living room glow. Aunties taking pictures cause they love a good pose. Kids laughing loud, chasing each other through the crowd. And Big Mama clap her hands saying, turn that music loud. Turkey done gone, macaroni hit right. Cobbler on the wall, sweet potato pie tight. DJ cousin in the corner, grinning big as can be. It's time for the groove, y'all. Follow after me. Take a step to the left, step to the left, step to the right, step to the right. Hands in the air like the southern night. Around the Christmas tree, feeling that joy, feeling that harmony.
So I'll pause and play in and out of the song to answer a question or two that I see. Somebody said, "What about $300 for 5 families?" That's why you need to be in the community. So I didn't even create. Well, I said I wanted to do a giveaway, but I go into the private community and I say, "Hey, look, what do you guys think? I think I want to do at least $1,500. Should I give one family $1,500? Should I give 15 families $100?" And the community decided as a collective that they thought it would be best to do $500 each family, and let's just do 3 families. So yeah, so the reason why we're doing $1,500, $500 for 3 families is because that's what the community wanted to talk about, or wanted to do rather. We talked about it, and that's what they decided to do. So yep, you got to tap into the community, man. So that's why we picked doing that as well this holiday season.
No stress, ain't no worries tonight.
Community link is already underneath this video.
In the one portion.
Let's boom. So you guys know it's just I like country soul music. I'm a country dude myself. All right, so create a family dance video to our song "Groovin' Around the Christmas Tree." Our album is called "The Down South Country Christmas." The AI artist group is called the Southern Harmonizers. If you guys need help trying to find them, you guys know you can shoot me a text. Well, matter of fact, don't even text me. Just comment in the community and I'll drop the link. All right, instead of having some people over here, some people over there, just comment inside of the community and I'll make sure everybody has the link there. I think that's the quick and easiest way to do it. All right, so they're going to post the video on TikTok and Instagram, and they're going to tag JT Automations or JT Hustles on TikTok and Instagram, and then use the hashtag Grooving Around the Christmas Challenge. All of this is going to be posted on the community tab. Matter of fact, all of this is already posted on the community tab or the post tab for this channel, right? So you're going to submit your video link inside the official contest post in our community. Then getting into the contest rules, video quality, right? It has to be, doesn't have to be a cinematic movie style video, but please at least 1080, have good lighting, visible faces. Just make a quality video. You guys know that, right? Use official audio. So use the audio, just the audio straight from the song itself. All right, and the video has to be at least 15 seconds. Okay, winner selection, because I told you guys we want to be transparent about it. It's not one of them giveaways where already got the people pre-selected and they my cousins, buddies, and they going to give me the money right back. So this is, I think, the most transparent way to where there could be no question as to who's the winner. All right, so the top 3 videos with the highest combined engagement, we're going to add up your likes, your comments, and your shares, right? All the way up through, we're thinking between December 20th or December 22nd at midnight, 11:59 p.m. really, right? So I think that that's fair. That's not me trying to pull a name out of a hat or me doing something secretly and then announcing the names. I think that this is a transparent way that everybody can see who's leading, who's winning, who's not, and it's no way to manipulate it. You guys can let me know, but I was really big on, I want it to be something that's fair and something that everybody has the same opportunity at winning, regardless of money or anything like that. So straight up and down, you can add me as a collaborator on the post as well. So your post will show up on my page and your page, and then just we're going to add up the engagement. Whatever three families get the most engagement, get the highest engagement, those are the three winners. Must have Cash App though. We not doing all of this other, can you Western Union, pigeon mail, deliver it to my door. If you don't have Cash App, don't enter. Right? Respectfully, I think that's just the easiest way to do it. So we're gonna do it straight up like that. And for further details, like I said, we'll post it on the community tab of this YouTube channel, and we'll also post it on the in the community as well. And we'll probably make the same post consistently just to refresh it and just to make sure that people see it, right? Boom, boom, boom. Yep. So any questions, any questions? All right, but that's what we want to do this year. Talked about in our community, and that's a great giveaway. Also, too, for the community members as well, we're going to start randomly giving out gift cards, right? So, quick side story, right? So, I forgot why we were going to start giving away gift cards. And then as I'm slowly but surely organizing my desk, I found out we have this many gift cards, right? These aren't credit cards, but these are like Starbucks. I don't know if you guys can see it. I'm trying to show you and not fall off this walking treadmill, but these are all Starbucks gift cards. We got McDonald's, we got Chipotle, Domino's. So we'll figure out a way to give these out too in the community leading up till Christmas. Because to be honest with you, I forgot why we bought them and I don't need them, right? So just as a little, happy holidays, I'll have my team figure out something, right, to do, and we'll do it that way. All right, so let's play the rest of this song. But that's what we're doing. 3 families this holiday season, $500 a piece. All they got to do is make a family dance video to our song Groovin Around the Christmas Tree. The album is called A Down South Country Christmas. It's available everywhere, but I use Spotify, so I'm playing it through Spotify right now. Post the video on Instagram, post the video on TikTok, tag me in it, right? Invite me as a collaborator if you know what that means, but tag me in it so I see it. And you can only recommend somebody or recommend yourself if you're inside the community. So if you're not inside the community and you know somebody that's in the community, have them recommend you, right? If you're inside the community, there's no limit on how many families you can recommend. So don't feel like, well, I want to recommend my cousin, but I also want to do it too. So if you're in the community on any paid tier, you can recommend however many families you want to recommend. And of course, I'll be reminding you guys of this as well. All right. So
Granddad two-stepping like he 20 years young. Baby in the back clapping hands just for fun. Music got the whole room rocking on beat. Someone
if y'all trading this morning, I'm looking at Tesla. I'm looking at Tesla as I get a couple of steps in. Morning, everybody else.
it down here. A little groove, a little soul, and a whole lot of love. Merry Christmas, y'all.
Somebody said I need 20,000 this Christmas. You can get 20,000. You can get 100,000. What you gonna do though? What work you gonna put in? What value you gonna bring to the marketplace? It don't matter how much money you need and when you need it by. What you gonna do though? Legal, ethical, moral. What you willing to do? Ain't no such thing as too much money, right? Ain't no such thing as too expensive. On my vision board over here is like 3 houses. And at first I was like, I don't know which one I want the most. So I just put them all there. Now I'm like, I'm more interested in what the weather like there. So like, shoot, if the weather nice, why we got to get one? All right. So you can have multiple properties in your portfolio. You can make whatever amount of money you want to make. All right. So, hey, it's all good. It's up to you. Right? It's up to you. All right. This is the thing, though, right? So, teaching moment. You guys know we got to lock in on this as we wait for the market to open. And if you were here just for the giveaway game, that's what it is. $1,500, $500 to each family. All they have to do is make a dance video to Groovin' Around the Christmas Tree. That is off of the album A Down South Country Christmas. The group name is the Southern Harmonizers. So just find that song. It's everywhere, but we're playing it off of Spotify. I don't care where you play it from. Do a family dance video. Post that dance video on TikTok and Instagram. So both places. Tag me. I'm JT Hustles on Instagram. I'm JT Automations on TikTok. Make sure it's the official page, not one of the scam pages. You guys know they try to make a lot of scam pages, take advantage of you. So make sure it's the official page. All right. So that's all you got to do. And then what we'll do is look at the engagement. Top 3 families get the highest engagement. Cash apping them $500. Right. In my opinion, boom, boom, boom. In my opinion, the most strategic way to do it, right, is to put in your entry as soon as possible. So, like, if today is the 5th, all right, and there should be a, matter of fact, after this, there's a closing on a property that I'm an investor in. So, I think it might be a pretty good payday. I think we'll see, right? I'm owed $100,000 off the deal. So, if it closes down today, I'm glad I looked at December the 5th. December the 5th is payday on our calendar, right? So it might be $100,000 day today. But anyway, though, so it's December the 5th. Let's say that we're going to do the drawing until the 20th or the 22nd, right? The 20th or the 22nd. I'll let you guys know the exact date closer to time. But you do the video today. You post it today or tomorrow, right? You give yourself an advantage of just being out there longer. And that by itself, even if you're not the most choreographed, whatever, don't got the most followers, whatever, just because you got it out there so long, right, you give yourself more time. So if I was somebody that wanted to win the giveaway, I would start trying to make the video, only one video per family, but I would try to make my video as fast as possible, right, and put it out there. So that way I at least got the advantage of time versus somebody that's going to try to do a well choreographed Michael Jackson-esque video. Not saying that couldn't work, but I'm just saying that time is something that you can leverage, even if you're not the most skilled. All right? But, okay, back to the comment somebody made about making money. So money is a byproduct. Money is a byproduct. Value times leverage equals money. Value times leverage equals money. All right, so if I wanted to make money, all right, instead of me just saying, oh, man, life ain't fair. Why won't a job give me $10,000 a month or whatever, right? What I would do strategically is say, what can I create of value and sell it at a price point where the buyer perceives higher value from that thing than what it costs, right? So I'm on a walk-in treadmill, right? I don't remember how much it costs. I don't even think it was that much. Let's say that it was less than $200, but let's just say 200 for nice, easy numbers. So let's say to make this was $70, right? Just making up numbers. So there's a $130 gap there. It's $70 to produce. Let's say over in China or somewhere, but you could sell it for $200 all day long. All right, it's a walking treadmill, comes with a remote. All right, boom. Listed on Amazon. At least that's where I got this one from Amazon. All right, and now you're making money. You got a $130 spread. Now, why would somebody spend $200 on your $70 treadmill, right? Because I don't care that it costs you $70. What I'm paying for is, one, the convenience. I don't want to go source manufacturers in China to get a treadmill and then wait however long it take for them to make it and ship it to me, right? When I want a treadmill, I want it relatively soon, especially with Amazon got all us conditioned that like stuff should get here today or tomorrow in most cases. All right. So with that being said, I pay for the convenience of getting it, right? And to me, the value of the treadmill is higher than the $200. So yeah, you got $70 in it. You sell it to me for 200, but to me, I'm not thinking about it as, oh, this treadmill, I could resell it for 300, 500, $1,000. No, if this treadmill can be a part of my new daily routine, right? So seeing how, okay, I got this desk. The desk costs more than the treadmill. So I got this desk that I can lift up and down, so I can raise it up in the morning. That bill is the stock market just opened. And while I'm here looking at the market, I can work on my steps. My goal is no less than 20,000 steps a day, right? 20,000 steps a day. I value my health more than I value this desk that I can raise up and work from, and this treadmill more than whatever they cost. So that is how it works. Oftentimes, people that struggle the most in business, they got this mindset of, well, you know what? Shoot, I got it for 70. I could sell it for 75. And your margin's so thin. You know how hard it is to make $10,000 a month at $5 a piece, right? And of course, we're using gross numbers. There are going to be taxes. There are going to be fees. There's going to be shipping costs. I get all of that. But just to oversimplify it, right? If you could get it all in for 70, right, and sell it for 75, all right, you hustling backwards. You hustling backwards. You know what hurt a lot of people? I've never been a drug dealer. Just, let me say, have no interest in doing it. But I have friends and family members that were really, really good at it. I never touched this stuff, right? But I've seen firsthand how somebody from that side of hustling, right? The name of the game is moving fast. So if you got something that is $100 and you can mark it up a little bit and just move it quickly, you will move it quickly. You will flip 100 to 150, 150 to 200, 200 to 275, right? So these are incremental amounts of money, but really you don't want to hold on it too long, right? It's like the way I think about it, like musical chairs. All right, do you want to sit on your product for forever and have the liability of it going bad or getting caught with it? Or you want to just move it, make a little profit, and then just rinse and repeat, and you make your money off the volume? Well, that's the mentality a lot of people that come from street hustling have. All right, most people ain't never met the plug, will never meet the plug, are not the plug, ain't even the middleman. They the middleman to the middleman's middleman, right? They just don't know it. So they come into real business, real entrepreneurship with that street hustle mentality, and then they're frustrated because they got to make their money off of volume. Well, guess what? Now you in the big leagues. You ain't got enough money to drop your prices lower than Walmart, Amazon, Target, whatever big box store is in your local area. Because they got hundreds of millions of dollars set to the side. So if an opportunity is big enough, right, they can take a loss for a year, 2 years, 5 years, right? Can you? No. And they have so many product SKUs that if they lose money on the treadmill, they made so much money off of the water that they still in the green. But if all you sold was this, right, you dead in the water. So I see it all the time as people that's, man, I'm getting out of prison or I'm trying to leave the streets, but I need some fast money. I need this, I need that. No, you need a mentor. You need to change your mindset, right? Fast money comes from a long process of understanding how business is done the right way. Fast money comes from a long process of understanding how to do business the right way. Case in point, right? I've been on social media for 8 years. I've been doing business for 11 years, right? I tell everybody that 3-year gap is because I shut my mouth until I knew what in the world I was talking about. All right, and not dissing anybody, but there should have been more people that had that mentality. All right, so the first 3 years I was in business, I was watching YouTube videos, I was reading books, I was paying for mentorship. Then I figured out how to consistently make 6 figures a year. So if you look at the old videos, we never was talking about making millions, right? Or anything like that. I show you guys now, we spend $500,000 a year just to run a multi-million-dollar operation, right? Back then when I started, if I made $500,000 a year, you couldn't tell me I wasn't a millionaire, right? Because with $500,000, if my credit is bad, I can afford to fix it. If my credit is great, hold on, am I getting this trade? Let's see. I'm in a call on Tesla. This is not trading advice. This is just letting y'all know what I'm doing. That's all. It's not trading advice at all. I don't know what I'm doing. All right. Just having fun and learning along the way. All right. I'm down 20 bucks, down 30 bucks. All right. I get in at the mark, though, not the limit. So I usually go down. If I go down too much, though, I'll sell and look for a better entry. But back to what I was saying, though, right? So I've been in business over a decade now. I have relationships with successful business owners. I have relationships with banks. I have equity in certain marketplaces because I've been doing business in this marketplace with these same people for years after years, right? So if I want to make $20,000 or $30,000, let's make it easy, $30,000 a month, average out to about $1,000 a day. Of course, it's easy. The same way your kids or your spouse can come to you and figure out how to get 20, 50, $100 or more from you because y'all have years of that relationship together where you say, okay, here's 20, 50, $100, right? That's how a lot of these big businesses are that have been in business for all of these years. Does it make sense? So people can go to Walmart because they've been going to Walmart when they was kids. People going to the Target or going Target, as the fancy people call it, right? And they gonna spend money with them. So it's not uncommon. See if we can get out of here with $1. 118. I might get in again or I might hold what I got. 118. Let me show you guys. Hold on, I gotta pause my treadmill. I'm doing all this bouncing around. Yeah, probably like, man, boy, you shaking like a scribble, JT. P&L day 118. I might not be done. I like to take profit early though. I like to take a little profit early and then might get back in this thing. But yeah, that's just me. I like to take a little profit early and then if I see another play, we'll get back in it. All right. Okay, so back to what I was saying though. Fast money comes from a long process. So now, if Walmart say we doing a Black Friday sale on TVs, oh, of course, we expect Walmart to do millions of dollars in a day. But if you came out today with JT's Electronics and you do a Black Friday sale, what's the chances of you, right? What's the chances of you having $1 million day? Let's be real. But instead of people having the right mindset and saying, you know what, maybe I don't do $20,000, $30,000, $100,000 my first month. What if I actually learn the business? That doesn't mean that I don't make any money, but I make a little money, I learn the business, and I play the long game, right? That's where the big money is. For those of y'all that were on here earlier, I said it's December the 5th. I'm an investor in a real estate deal. I'm owed $100,000 today, right? I've been investing in real estate probably 6 years. My first time investing in real estate, I lost $10,000 that first year. I lost $10,000 the first year I got into real estate, trying to figure out what in the world I was doing. Should I wholesale and try to flip it? Should I buy and renovate it? Should I, be a realtor and go get a license? What about the mortgage side? Should I be a mortgage broker? Right? I went an entire year not quitting my day job, doing real estate on the side, went down 10 bands. I'm going to be honest with you. I got so mad, I said, man, real estate ain't for me. Real estate a scam, right? Man, I ain't doing that, right? Man, that wholesaling stuff is a lie. Man, that Airbnb wasn't a thing back then. But I just felt like whatever was in real estate at the time, it was a scam unless you was already rich, right? So I probably sat out of real estate probably a year or two, just thinking that it wasn't for me. All right, then I got an opportunity that was like, man, you dumb if you don't take this one. So I jumped in an opportunity where I bought a 3-bedroom, 1-bath house for $11,000. It needed a full renovation. But I was like, man, what's the chances of me getting a 3-1 house, even if it does need a renovation, for less than what most people car costs? Think about it. You might drive a car that costs more than $11,000. We know cars are depreciating assets, right? I could buy a house, fix it up, and like, man, it'll at least be worth more than what I got in it. And I could go to the bank and borrow against it, yada, 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 right? So that's how I got back in. Now, as I learn more, as I do more, I'm a buy and hold investor. I still got some money out there with some private lending deals that I was doing too, because I was trying everything. I was trying wholesaling, buy and hold, Airbnb, private lending. Now I'm out of all of that. I still got some money tied up in some deals that I did years ago, but all I do now, Airbnb, and I buy move-in ready properties. I don't even buy ones that need work. I buy move-in ready property, and then we long-term lease them or we Airbnb them. That's the strategy that works for me. Now, it took me 5-6 years to get here, right? 5-6 years. So somebody from the outside looking in, somebody that don't know business will say, man, JT said he about to do $100,000 today in real estate, right? That's like saying that LeBron James became a millionaire in a day, the day that he got drafted by the Cleveland Cavaliers, right? No, all of the sweat equity, all of the sacrifice, all of the working out, all of the training, all of everything he put in to the game qualified him to have that day, to have that moment where now you're drafted and now you're a multimillionaire. And that's what business is, right? That's what business is. So it's a lot of people that are unqualified and then are upset when they can't do what the qualified are doing. Qualified don't mean I'm better than you, but who's willing to put in the work? Which one of y'all are willing to be in business 11 years before you have your first, for me, this will be, if everything goes through, fingers crossed, How many of you all are willing to stay a consistent entrepreneur for the next 11 years? Not, oh, I need money this month, but who's willing to say, I'm willing for the next 10 years of my life to do this, no matter what, ups and downs. I became an entrepreneur at the age of 24. I'm 34 now. When I quit my job, I was in corporate America. I had an 18-month guarantee. I don't even know if they still do these anymore. I worked for Berkshire Hathaway, Warren Buffett, and the late Charlie Munger's company. I was an operations manager, right? So I did well in the Marine Corps. If I would have re-enlisted, they would have sent me to OCS, Officer Candidate School in Quantico, Virginia, right? Did well in the Marines. I did well in corporate America, right? I would have excelled at anything I did in life. Here's the lesson there, right? It's less about what you know and more about who you are. Some of you all don't need new information. Some of you all just need a mindset shift. I was good in the Marines, which is why I joined enlisted, did 4 years, right? My commanding officer was like, if you re-enlist, I'm going to send you to Quantico, Virginia. You're going to go through training. You're going to become a second lieutenant, right? I chose to get out and go to college and then go to corporate America, right? But if I would have stayed in the Marines, I joined in 2008. It's 2025. I would have been 3 years away from retirement. I probably would have been like a major captain, depending on what MOS or what job I had. But I probably would have been a major by now, right? Major in the United States Marine Corps if I didn't get out. If I would have stayed in corporate America, they already told me. I was in Curtis Bay, Maryland, was where the division was when I was working there. They were building a new facility. It's been built for years now. They were building a new facility in Greenville, South Carolina. They knew that I'm a country boy. It was too cold up there in Maryland. I was telling everybody, hey, man, I love this job, but I'm about 2.5 winters away from you, right? I'm out of here. All right, so they was like, well, we already decided we're going to build a location in Greenville, South Carolina. We're already breaking ground on it. It's going to take us about 18 months to finish it with everything, right? So are you willing to go be the ops manager in Greenville, South Carolina? Absolutely. I'll go today while they still digging the foundation if I can get out this snow. Anybody that's from down south but has ever been up north when it's cold, Baltimore, Chicago, New York, that's a different flavor of cold than what we are used to here. All right, so that was a different flavor of cold. All right, so I was like, man, yeah, tell me when, and I'm out of here, right? The summers are nice, but the winters to me were brutal. All right, why do I share this story with you? Let's tie it all together, right? Are you the person that is going to be successful no matter what? No matter what. Whether you keep that job or you quit it. Whether you start this business and this business gets you there or you got to figure something out. Remember this, if you've been rocking with me for long enough, I started off as an independent courier. I used to drive cargo vans and buy box trucks and sprinters and hire other people to drive for me, right? I started doing what I knew until I found something better. Some of you all are still saying, well, I don't know if I should do this business or that business or this investment, right? Meanwhile, I done went from becoming an independent courier to reselling on eBay and Mercari to launching my own e-commerce merchandising company to starting my own media company to investing and now owning over $1 million in real estate to learning how to trade and build a dividend portfolio in the stock market to now having discussions about buying accounting firms, buying daycare centers, right? Building a portfolio company where we own different businesses and different brands, right? Now, what if I still would have said, well, I don't know. Should I flip this and do that? Should I do real estate? Should I do stocks? Should I do this and do that? All of it worked. All of it worked. if you're the right person. If you the wrong person, I could give you $1 million and you will still go broke because you don't know what to do with it. You're gonna be like, well, here's how I know, right? You're gonna say, man, I'm pay off my debt. And if you think the first thing you're supposed to do when you get some money is pay off your debt, you already lack financial literacy. You already lack financial literacy, right? But so many people think, oh man, if I got some money, shoot, I'll pay off this, I'll pay off that, right? Already wrong answer. Already know you don't know what to do, right? So it's not that you don't have $100,000, $1 million, or whatever it is, right? Because you're unworthy, you just don't know what to do. All right, that tell me right there, cause I run into people out, man. Give me some game, give me this, give me that, right? I'm like, man, hey, okay, what's your goal? I need to make at least 10,000 a month. Okay, 10,000 a month, $120,000 a year. If you had $120,000 right now in your bank account, what would you do? How would your life be any different? Shoot, I pay off this, pay off. All right, then. Yeah, man, I think you should just keep doing what you're doing, right? That's my answer more times than not. Hey, whatever you're doing now, you should just keep doing that. Like, it'll work out, right? It'll work out some kind of way. All right. Here's why, though. Here's why. Let's get some game. Let's say in that same scenario, right? I want to make $10,000 a month. I want to have $120,000 in my bank account, right? By this time next year, that was my goal. And I say I owe $5,000 on my car. My car be paid off. I owe $40,000 on my student loan. I pay that off too. I don't have a house, but I could use the rest to probably get a little down payment on the house, right? And then after that, little credit card debt here, nice vacation there, gotta get fresh here, right? We all know we can run through 120 grand in a year. Okay, you ran through the 120 grand. Where did you sow a seed so that way you don't have to work as hard to get the next 120 grand, right? So what I learned early on, which changed me, because I used to be that guy, not dissing any of y'all. I'm telling you guys the story of my life. They said, okay, the purpose of earned income is to put it into an asset that cash flows you passive, but more realistically than not, it's going to be active income first, semi-passive, and then for a small percentage of investments, completely passive income. Now, we say passive income like that's what it goes to first. The reality of it is you're going to take a portion of your active income, you're going to put it into an asset that's more active income, right? So that business that you started, you're still in the trenches with. Now you're working full time and you running your business full time. It ain't no part-time business, right? And then as you get more money from the job and from the business, now you're able to put stuff in place to turn this secondary active income into semi-passive, and then for a small percentage of things, completely passive, right? Semi-passive means that you can be out of it, but you're still monitoring it. Completely passive, in my opinion, is like stocks, right? I look at real estate as semi-passive. All right, but stocks, you buy securities, you get a nice dividend portfolio built for you. Long-term stocks, you got a little growth stocks in there. Not telling you what to invest in, but you got a little portfolio that's conservatively built. You dollar cost average over time. That's dividend is dripping back in there. That's passive income. That money automatically goes there. You set up that allotment every month or every so often. You put $1,000 a month or whatever you got in there, right? To me, that's passive. Semi-passive is I got an Airbnb right now. This is not a scenario. This is my real life. I don't ever have to go to that Airbnb if I don't want to. That Airbnb is booked, of course, straight by Airbnb. It's cleaned by somebody. I made my cleaner a partner on it, or a co-host is what they call it. So my cleaner is also the co-host on it, and they deal with all of the problems. And instead of just getting a $50 or $100 cleaning fee, right, they're now an equity partner in it. So they're incentivized to make sure it's clean, to make sure it's right. Now, I do that because I knew I wanted it to make it semi-passive. Somebody else might say, I want to make as much money as possible. I'll just pay them whatever they charge, right? But for me, I didn't want to have to focus on that. So Airbnb is semi-passive. I get the notifications on my phones. I got cameras on all my properties. I can go inside the Ring app, see what's going on. Not on the inside, right? That's illegal. But outside, I can see what's going on all of my properties, right? And if I wanted to, I could go check the calendar. Oh, it's empty. I could drive over there. I go in. I took some of you guys over there with me before in the past, right? So that's semi-passive. But when you get that 120 grand, if all you did was pay down bills, pay off debt, congratulations. A year from now, you're at zero. And now, because you didn't sow any seeds, what are you going to do? Go back to a job or try to borrow more money to float yourself, and now you're back in debt. And now people say, how you win the lottery or how you had all of that money, and now you broke. Man, you crazy. Man, you dumb. Not necessarily. You just didn't know what to do with money because nobody taught you, right? Nobody taught you what investments should you invest in at what point in time, right? What in my humble opinion, this one man opinion, in my humble opinion, a 401k is not a good investment. That's one man's opinion. That's not investment advice, right? But I say that to say this. The vast majority of people, what's the only investment they have? They work a 9-to-5 job. The company take out some money, put it in a 401k plan, right? When they get older, they realize, and I can't think of the lady name, but this situation is funny how God will allow me to remember certain things that happened in my life years later. I was about to get out of the Marine Corps, and we were working with some contractors as well. One was a great young lady, right? Great young lady. All right. And she was saying that she's close to retirement as far as like age and time in. But when she checked her retirement account, she only had $200,000 in it. Now, keep in mind, she talking to a little knucklehead Marine. I'm like, $200,000, you rich. Congratulations, right? And she was like, no, $200,000, if that's all I have to retire, this federal retirement now, so you know federal retirement, you don't got to wait till you in your 60s. She was going to retire in her 50s, right? She was like, man, I want to live till I'm in my 70s and 80s, like my aunties, my uncles, my mamas and them. Like, I can't go 30 years off of $200,000. And I ain't even understood it at the time. I was young, partying, knucklehead. I was like, man, I don't know what you talking about. Somebody gave me $200,000. I could go the rest of my life off of 200. The Marines is paying me, feel like nothing every 2 weeks. So $200,000, I'm rich, right? But fast forward, now that I'm more mature, now that I'm more financially literate, that lady gave 20-something years of her life. I think like 26, 28 years. She was going to retire at 30 years. So she got that job in her early 20s, was going to retire in her mid to late 50s, right? In 30 years, all she had to show for it was 200 and something grand, right? As we know, like, now, of course, here's the fear. Can she put 200 grand in a business, in a franchise, in real estate, in stocks, and flip it and double it and triple and quadruple it? That's what people will tell you, right? But what's the reality of it is? She spent 30 years of her life to make this $200,000. This lady is so afraid to mess up this money because this all she got. So when you telling her about real estate, when you telling her about stocks, when you telling her about this business, that business, what's realistically her mindset? I ain't never heard of that before. That's just real. That's just straight up real. I ain't never heard of that before. I don't know, right? It sound good, but this all I got. So I need a guarantee. Well, ain't nothing guaranteed in life, right? But one day we'll go on to the other side, right? So We can't give a guarantee. There's no guarantee to give. I can't guarantee you that if you buy this stock, that this stock will make you a millionaire. Now, all you can do is do your own research and make an educated investment based off the data. Same thing we do in real estate, same thing we do in business, right? Now, you can have high probabilities, and that's really what we all operate off of, whether we know that or not, right? You get a job because it's a high probability that if you do everything you're supposed to do, they'll give you a paycheck in 2 weeks. Has it been people that got fired before their pay period was up? Yes. Has it been people that got laid off and never received their last check? Yes. But for the vast majority of people, that doesn't happen. The vast majority of people, you do what you're told, you get a check. Even if they fire you, they give you your last check. So because more times than not, if you do what you're told, you'll get a check, is a high probability that getting a job is a safe way to have recurring revenue. And that's the way that the Rockefellers institutionalized the education system to train you so that way you can go work for them, right? So everything in life is just based off high probabilities, all right? But the fallacy is that, oh man, this is a guarantee. You know what they used to tell us was a guarantee when I was a kid? They said, man, go to college, make good grades, go get you a good job, you'll make a lot of money. How many of us heard that growing up? Talk to me, family. How many of us heard that growing up? Man, go to college, make good grades, man, you'll get paid a lot of money. Let me see what's going on in the chat. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Yup, me. Yup. That's what we was told, man. If you was born in the 80s, the 90s, right? Maybe even the early 2000s, maybe. I was born in 1990. But I would even dare say if you were born in the 80s, the 90s, maybe even the early 2000s, right? That's what you was told, right? That's what you was told because that's all they knew. But what's the reality of it? How many of us went to college, graduated? You could have an associate's, a bachelor's, a master's. I even know people with a doctorate degree, right? Or you went to get this certification, right? You forklift certified. You got your CDL license, right? You got these credentials, and you still ain't rich. You still ain't rich, right? Now, we thought that was a guarantee because that's what we were raised to believe. In actuality, what was that? It was just a high probability. That's all it was. It's a high probability, right? So, I got to go into my morning meeting, y'all. So, I do like about an hour or so walk, slow pace walk. Not really trying to win no marathons or nothing. It's just more so 20,000 steps a day. If you guys want to enter a family that needs some help this holiday season, or even if they don't need no help, they just want to participate in the giveaway, then we talked about that in the beginning, but let's finish the same way we started. And all they got to do, Groovin Around the Christmas Tree, is a song that's out everywhere. It's on our album, A Down South Country Christmas. All they got to do is make a dance video as a family and post that on TikTok and Instagram. Tag me, use the hashtag, right? Groovin Around the Christmas Tree Challenge. All right, and then what we're going to do is whichever family gets the most engagement, and between now and then around the 20th or 22nd, we want to send them $500 each, right? So if you want further details, you can either rewatch this if you came into the live late, or I'll make sure that it's linked down below, right? You got to be a member of the community to recommend somebody, right? So you yourself, if you're in the community, you can recommend as many families as you want, right? So you can recommend your family, your best friend family, your cousin, them family. If you outside of the community, you either need to ask somebody that's in the community to recommend you, or you could join the community yourself. Link is down in the description below if you want to join yourself. All right. So check the description for further details. Peace.